this time from the first time?
You know what? For this fight, I think I was overweight, man. I think I was overweight. I think I didn't move the way that I wanted to. I think me thinking that I was gonna be bigger and heavier, it was gonna benefit me, and to tell you the truth, it really didn't. But no excuses, you know. Anthony Joshua did his thing, and he got the victory.
Was it because you obviously in pictures you looked a lot slimmer? Were you slimmer and then you put on the weight, or was that just?
I was slimmer. I put on the weight, and it was my mistake, you know. And you know, I think I felt too confident and all that, but I think I should have trained harder. I should have did and listened to my team and to my coaches, and you know, nobody really knows about the training that we had, you know, but we did the best we can, and I just can't wait for the next fight. You know, he won one, I won one, so this is a trilogy.
Andy, last question for me. What did you guys say to each other in the ring afterwards? You guys were hugging. You guys had a real deep conversation. What were you guys saying?
Exactly, that I won one, he won one, and we're gonna go to the third one.
Andy Ruiz from Los Angeles, ESPN Nazir. I just had to ask you, you are the most challenging opponent for Anthony Joshua. You know, from all his fights, he usually knocks out people, he doesn't go to the distance, but you in particular, you know, you beat him, you knocked him out, and in this fight tonight, you struggled a lot with you. So, like, it was pretty close. I really thought that you would have won, but what do you think is different about you than all his other opponents? What is it that you have over his other opponents that's causing this difficulty?
I think just the heart that I have, you know. I'm not scared of any of my opponents, you know, and if I would have let my hands go just like I did on June 1st, I think I would have won. I would have won this fight, and like I said, I should have trained harder. I should have listened to my coaches more, and maybe I shouldn't have put on all this weight that I did, and I would have been more faster, and I would have thrown more. I got him hurt a few times, and I let him survive. So I think that was one of the mistakes that I did. But like I said, I won one, he won one. This is the next one.
Also, he was holding you than the last fight. He kept holding you, and the refs weren't stopping that at all. That's what I was wondering why he was doing that.
Yeah, you know, he was boxing his life out, you know. But like I said, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for me. Besides me not training as hard and putting on his weight, so it was a good victory for him.
I mean, why didn't you train harder?
Where is it? Okay.
Why didn't you train harder? What's the?
I don't know. You know, there's just a lot of things was going on my plate, you know. But like I said, there's no excuse. I learned from my mistakes. I know what I didn't do and what I should have did for the camp, and it paid off, you know. But I learned from my mistakes, and I know I'll be ready for the next one.
Early on, Andy, you had some good punches that made some good bloodshot on your face. How did that affect you in any way?
You know, it affected me a little bit. You know, I couldn't see really good for the left eye, but I think I maintained good. I think I should have pressured more. I think I was waiting too much. My arms wasn't fluid like it usually is, you know, and I think it was because of the weight. And you know, I waited too heavy, you know, and I wasn't able to throw my combinations. But the cut, it messed me up a little bit. But us warriors and us fighters in there, we try to ignore the cut, and we do our best to do our job.
Andy, del mundo de deportes, esperaste hasta el último asalto, los últimos 10 segundos para invitarlo a pelear contigo al centro del ring. ¿Por qué esperaste tanto y qué mensaje le tienes a tu afición mexicana?
Pues yo creo que era el peso que subí de mucho, no podía tirar las combinaciones que yo tiro, y yo creo que él tenía miedo a poner frente a pelear como hombres, pero ese era su estilo, él quería boxear, pero yo no hice lo que tenía que hacer, y toda la raza que me anda apoyando, los perdono porque yo siento que le hice abajo. Si Dios quiere para la otra voy a tener la victoria y voy a ser más mejor, me voy a poner más listo, más firme y vamos a agarrar esa victoria.
Andy Ruiz, ESPN Los Angeles, Nazir again. Other question is, if you were to have a rematch, the third rematch, where would you have it? In the USA, or and what would you do different? How would this fight go different from the first fight and tonight?
I think I'll prepare myself a lot more, from being the champion my first time. It was kind of hard, from being over here and over there, missing training, and like I said, I don't want to have no excuses, but I know I'm gonna work my ass off. And look, being not that great a shape, look how I did. I did pretty good. I took all his shots. I thought I should have just pressured more and let my hands go. I think that's what I needed to do. And I got him a few times. He got me a few times. I ate his punches, and if we would have went toe to toe, I think that's when I was connecting. But I know for the trilogy, I know I'm gonna be a lot better. And it doesn't matter where it's at. If it's here, even better. I want to redeem myself here in Saudi Arabia.